Good morning, class. The story we're going to read this morning is called Whoa, Boy. And let me get my supplies together. I had to move locations. So this is our story, Whoa, Boy. And in this story, as we read, we're going to think about a time when you learned something new. That's the purpose of our reading today. So before we read, let me introduce you to some of the vocabulary and give you some background on this story. Whoops. Here are some words you're going to need to know for our story today. This is one of your spelling words. What is this word? I see AR, and that's pronounced R. And I see LY at the end. I know that's a suffix, ly. So I'm going to read this word, hard, hardly. Hardly means can't or not. If I say I can hardly wait, that means I really can't wait. Here are three more words, run, gallop, and trot. These all mean the same thing, to run, but what you need to learn is that there's something called a shade of meaning. They all mean the same thing, but a little different. You know what run means because you do that in school, but gallop is a run that a horse does, and it's a fast run. A trot is a run that a horse does, but it's a slow, bouncy trot or slow, bouncy run. Let's watch a video to show us an example of the difference between run, gallop, and trot. So here's the video. And if you look down here at the title, it's actually called, see where my mouse is? It's actually called Walk, Trot, Canter, Gallop. So at the beginning of this video, the girl is walking with her horse. Then when I go a little further, this is a trot. She's bouncing a little bit because the horse is bouncing and he's walking a bit faster. But it's not a full run yet. See how mom told her to change to walk? So now he's going really slow and she's not bouncing. I'm going to switch towards the end.
When you're ready, go ahead and canter around one time.
Uh-oh, it's freezing up. There we go. That's a gallop.
If you want to. Sure, go. This is a gallop.
All right. I hope she has fun. And the last word is seemed or seemed to. Seemed to means it looks like it or it feels like it, but maybe it's not really. So if I said it seemed to be a scary movie, that means it felt like it to me, maybe not to you. Read the words after me and then pause the video and read them again as many times as you need to until you can read the words. Hardly, run, gallop, trot, seemed, seemed to. All right, let's come and take a look at the story. The title says, whoa. Whoa is something we say to someone when we're surprised or in shock, or even to say stop. Like, whoa, hold up. Don't do that. This story is divided into paragraphs. A paragraph is a group of sentences about one topic. This space right here is called an indentation. Say indentation. That tells you a new paragraph is starting. We can use that space to number our paragraphs. The reason we number them is so that when we're talking to someone about our text, it's easy to help them find where we're talking about. All right, let's get started. I'm going to read the story and I'm going to get my highlighter because we're going to highlight some of these vocabulary words. There we go. Let's go through and highlight a few of these words first just to get our brains ready to read. I see the word hardly in the first paragraph, line 2. Gallop is in the first paragraph in line 2. Seemed to is in the second paragraph in line 2 of the second paragraph. Seemed is also in paragraph 4. Can you find it? It's right here. I see gallop again in paragraph 4, but it has an ing on the end. It's galloping. Galloping. And I see trot in paragraph 3, line 3. Okay, now we're ready to read. Whoa, boy. Evan lived in the city. More than anything, he wanted to ride a horse. He could hardly wait to gallop as fast as the wind. Evan visited Uncle Pete at his farm. His uncle was ready to show Evan how to ride. So I know in this story, Evan lives in the city, but he's going to the farm. Why is he going to the farm? Let's keep reading. Evan sat on a fence as his uncle walked a horse toward him. Where is he sitting? Good, on a fence. The ground seemed to shake with every step the horse took. Evan dug his fingernails into the fence. He stared at the huge beast. Were all horses this big? He wondered. Pause the video and draw a picture on the back of paragraph 2. Where is Evan? What is he sitting on? What are his hands doing? What do his eyes look like? Make sure you include all of those details in the story and a thought bubble with his thoughts. This is what he was thinking, so this is what should be in his thought bubble. Let's keep reading. Uncle Pete helped Evan onto the horse's back. Then Evan tapped the horse's sides with his heels. The horse began to trot. Evan bounced up and down like a jumping frog. Riding a horse hurts, said Evan. He decided to forget about galloping. For now, the speed of a merry-go-round seemed just right. Did Evan enjoy learning how to ride a horse? So now take your crayons and color your questions the same colors as mine. The first question should be yellow, even if it looks green on your screen. The next question is blue, then green, then red. Now, after you've color-coded the questions, answer them on your paper. So you should turn in a paper with words highlighted, a picture on the back of paragraph 2, and answers to these questions. Here's the first question. When I learned something new, I felt or did not feel like Evan because. You could say I felt like Evan because I enjoyed it, or I did not feel like Evan. I did not feel like Evan because I enjoyed what I did, or I felt like it because he didn't enjoy it and neither did I. Question 2. How did Evan feel before he arrived at the farm? Which sentence lets you know? Take your blue crayon and color the sentence that tells me how Evan felt when he arrived at the farm. Question 2. Why did Evan dig his fingernails into the fence when he saw the horse? Go find the part that tells us that he dug his fingernails into the fence. Color that sentence green. And last question. Did Evan enjoy his ride? How do you know? Pick a sentence that explains to me whether Evan enjoyed his ride or not. What did he say or do that made you think he did or did not enjoy the ride? Color that sentence red and write your answer on the line. Raise your hand when you're done to tell your teacher.